Hey y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel where we learn together, take action together, and reflect together. My name is Tamira and thank you so much for being here. Today's car conversation is about my local school district and our search for a school superintendent. The school board held a work session to announce the top 3 finalists of the superintendent search. And y'all, I watched the entire meeting and it was extremely disappointing to say the least, and I am very concerned. So let's talk about it. First, I'm going to share what was presented to the board at the meeting by the search firm. Then I will share the board's questions, comments, concerns, and reactions to what was presented. Next, I'll share the outcome of the meeting, and then I'll conclude with my personal reflections and reactions. So let's start with a little context for how we ended up here. Last school year, our superintendent resigned, and as a result, the local school board hired a search firm and began a national search. And today, the search firm announced the top 3 finalists of the search. The meeting began with representatives from the search firm providing information about the search process as well as the criteria or the rubric used to select the finalists. There were 34 applicants and 16 different categories used to rate each candidate. Those categories included interviews, leadership experience, community engagement, references, writing samples, video introductions, and other things. And each candidate was rated using a 4-point rubric. The first finalist named was Brenda Casilius. She is a former superintendent of Boston Public Schools and a former statewide education commissioner. She served as Legacy Memphis City Schools middle school academic superintendent from 2004 to 2007. She also earned a doctoral degree from the University of Memphis. The second finalist is Carlton Jenkins. He is the current superintendent of a school district in Madison, Wisconsin, and he's a former principal. The third finalist named was Toni Williams, and she is currently interim superintendent for my school district and former chief financial officer. She has a background in accounting and she grew up in Memphis. And so after the search firm representatives shared the finalists, they took questions from the school board, and some of the questions the board asked were, why are we just now learning about the rubric? Where is the rubric? Why present a candidate with no background as an educator, referring to Toni Williams? Do you know the policy? The board wanted to know if the search firm was aware and familiar with the policy around selecting a superintendent. The board asked if they could see who applied. They wanted to know if the applicant materials could be released to the media and to the public. In addition to the questions, the board members also had concerns and comments. And there was an overall feeling of disappointment and unpreparedness. The board members expressed not having a clear understanding of the search process and that it was confusing because they had not seen the rubric in advance to be able to make an informed decision, even after requesting the information from the search firm. One of the board members blatantly stated that the firm did not do their job, and another board member said that more can be done in this search. One member suggested not restarting the process because all 3 candidates are valuable and highly qualified to lead the district. So what was the outcome of the meeting? There was a consensus that more needed to be done. The board's chair stated, "We are not going to accept this. It is just not good enough." And so the board decided to pause the search process until all 34 applicants are revealed. And the firm says that they have to contact all applicants to let them know that their information is going to be shared, because they initially told the applicants that the information would not be shared unless they made the top 3. And state law says that superintendent applications must be made public. And so as a result, the superintendent search process has been paused, and the finalist interviews that were scheduled for April 21st and April 22nd have also been postponed. So that was a rundown of what happened at the meeting. And now I'm going to share my reflections, and really they're just mostly questions that I have for the school board, starting with, how is this the first time the board is learning about the details of the search process and the selection criteria? If the board hired the firm, why don't they know the search process? Why don't they know the criteria used to select the finalist? If this information was requested, why wasn't there follow-up until it was received? What I need is understanding, because this just makes no sense. The details of the search process should have been reviewed, internalized, and publicly shared well before today's meeting. Many of the questions the board asked during the meeting should have been answered months ago. Why is the firm saying they were not aware that the board wanted all applicants made public? Why is the firm asking for clarity about board expectations during the announcement of the top 3 finalists? Did the board not explicitly share their vision, their plan, and their criteria with the search firm well in advance? One of the commissioners mentioned the board not having a clear understanding of the process. If there was not a clear understanding of the process and the criteria, why was this meeting even scheduled? How do we not have clarity about the process? The board hired the search firm. The search firm answers to the board. The board is supposed to set the expectations for the process and hold the search firm accountable. Many board members mentioned the word community. One stated, we have to answer to the community. We work for the community. Another said, we want to remove all doubt. We are trying to rebuild trust with the community. Well, today's meeting did just the opposite of that, and I am very concerned. We need answers. We need clear next steps. We need transparency. We need to be informed. We need community involvement every step of the way. We need integrity. This is the only way to ensure that our students have access to revolutionary leadership that will meet their academic, social, and emotional needs. And speaking of revolutionary leadership, please watch my video, 5 Characteristics of a Revolutionary School Leader. I sent this list to each school board member in January, so they at least have this list of criteria to reference. And that's all I got now for y'all. As always, I am going to leave you with a reflection prompt. What is one way we can hold our school board members accountable to meet the needs of the children in our community? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I love y'all. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time. Bye.